Weekly, euthanizing news.
Hello and thanks for joining us on this special edition of Youth Weekly on Youth TV Africa, bringing to you a highlight of news making headlines in the language and perspective of young people. I am Helda Apollos. Here are some of the issues that made headlines during the week. 20 deregistered parties dare INEC, vow to field candidates in Anambra Ekiti polls. Rivers crisis, Judicial Commission summons Wike, Umbu, Obua and others. Wise, Nigeria deserves better leadership. ASU's demand will ensure quality graduates. Dawn. Jonathan, no shortcut to economic prosperity. Insecurity and terrorism, Obama invites Jonathan. And from across the African continent, Madiba getting stronger, grandson. Ghana to export electricity to Burkina Faso and Mali. Rwanda's global credit rating hit positive tag. And in sports this week, Bafana were no match for Super Eagles, Keshi boasts. Those were some of the issues that made headlines during the week. Join us in a moment, we'll be right back. Don't go away.
Youth Weekly, euthanizing news.
We are part of the solution.
We bring you youth perspective on issues. Youths have a voice.
We have a story to tell.
Youth Weekly, euthanizing news.
You're welcome back. And if you're just joining us, this is still Youth Weekly on Youth TV Africa. And on this week's special edition of the program, we bring to you sights and sounds from activities happening within and around Abuja in commemoration of the International Youth Day. On 17th December 1999, in its resolution, the United Nations General Assembly endorsed the recommendation of the World Conference of Ministers responsible for youth that 12th August be declared International Youth Day. The theme for the International Youth Day 2013 is Youth Migration, Moving Development Forward. It was in commemoration of this global event that Youngstars Foundation engaged the youth of Abuja in a debate tagged the Abuja Grassroots Youth Debate Season 1. This landmark event took place within the premises of the Youngstars Foundation Youth Park and brought together teaming intellectually savvy and enterprising young people from within and around the 6 area councils of Abuja. Join us in a moment as we bring you some of the riveting and heated debating sessions. Don't go away.
Youth Weekly, euthanizing news.
We are part of the solution.
We bring you youth perspective on issues. Youths have a voice.
We have a story to tell.
Youth Weekly, euthanizing news.
You're welcome to the Abuja Grassroots Youth Debate Competition. It's an initiative of Youngstars Foundation, which was organized to make sure that youth get a chance to air their view on issues of national importance. It is held to commemorate the United Nations International Youth Day, which holds on the 12th of August every year. Youngstars Foundation is going to give the winner 100,000 naira. The first runner-up is going to go home with 60,000 naira, and the second runner-up is going to go home with 40,000 naira. The auditions held on the 6th and 7th of August, after which those who scaled through were put through a one-day academy in which they were taught debating skills. On Monday, 12th of August, the main event kicked off with 12 people debating on 6 topics, after which 8 of them crossed over to the quarterfinals. At the quarterfinals, they debated, and 4 of them came out today for the semi-finals and the grand finale. So at the end of this event today, we are going to know who is going to come out as the winner. We're going to have a winner, a first runner-up, and a second runner-up. Some of our guests and contestants have arrived. Let's meet them.
So in a short while, what is going to ensue is that Mr. Patrick Oga and Ibukun will sit down while we decide who actually has the 3rd place in this entire competition, as Mr. Albert Osegi and Mr. Sunday Ogumbawo will go head to head on a particular issue. So this is actually the time to fight it out, because as far as we're concerned, we have a winner and a runner-up in between Mr. Patrick Oga and Mr. Ibukun Adedeji. What we want to find out is who is the second runner-up.
I want to vehemently discountenance what my opponent just said. Most of this female that I mentioned earlier on, Dora Akuyili, Okonjo Iweala, came in when the seats were hot. It was not as if they came in when the bed was rosy. No, they came in and they have contributed immensely to bring change, which we all clamor for every day, every night. These people are ready. Let's give them the chance. I don't want you to confuse the faulty electoral process in Nigeria, which made the Akuyili to lose, to them not being ready. They are ready to lead us in this nation. Let's give them the chance. Thank you.
The ironic thing about this discourse is that I'm always constrained to go against my co-debater because of my love for women. Yes, I accept all his points. But was Dora Akuyili the president of Nigeria? No. She was under a male leader. And therein lies the contest of this debate. Is a female leader ready to be the #1 personality in the country, ready to take all decisions? Are the conditions ripe? The answer is no. The contest are not ripe enough to enable a woman succeed effectively. We do not want our females that we love to fail, do we? On that basis, we say let us prepare ground for them to take over in the future, but not now. Thank you.
Our progress as a nation can be no swifter than our progress in education. Former United States of America President John Fitzgerald Kennedy, 20th of January 1961. And on this note, I say, good day, the panel of judges, the accurate timekeeper, co-debaters, the audience, and the moderator. I am Adedeji Bukwan, and I'm here to propose the motion that states that education and not electricity is the key to national transformation. Our nation is considered a third world country because it has not endeavored to go after the 3 C's of national development, which are the C's of commitment, consistency, and continuity. Continuity can always be found in education. That is why there is electricity today. Electricity was not found now, was not found in this century, was not found in the last century. But because of education, there is continuity in electricity. So I must tell you that we are talking about the key to national transformation. National transformation and national progress work hand in hand. You have to progress to be able to be transformed. The nation, United States of America, is a model nation for Nigeria, and as their former president has outlined, education is the key to progress, and progress is the source of transformation. Secondly, I would like to put forth an argument on what a key is. A key is a trigger. A key is something that causes another thing to happen. A key is what triggers a door to be opened. Now, the door here is national transformation, and I need to tell you that national transformation, sir, cannot be caused by electricity, but by education. Education is the key. It is through knowledge that national transformation can exist. It is through knowledge that there can be consistency. It is through education that there can be commitment. There can be zeal to do whatever you are going to do. This all comes through education. And if you put national transformation and you put knowledge, in between them is education. Now, the metric of measurement of national transformation can be said to be technology. And my opponent will come and tell you that the meter for measuring the metric is the key. But I must tell you that the key is education. The metric is technology. The meter is electricity. So do not misplace priorities by saying that electricity is the key to national transformation, because education is the key to national transformation. Thank you very much.
And the earth was without form and void, and darkness covered the face of the deep. And God said, let there be light, and there was light. Drawing biblical reference from the book of Genesis, chapter 1, verse 2 to 3. Panel of judges, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, my co-debaters, good day. I am Patrick Oga, standing before you to vehemently oppose the motion that says education and not electricity is the key to national transformation. Now, imagine I took up this mic and suddenly went, what would be your reaction? Never. Why? Because there was power shortage. And so I had an information to pass across, but I couldn't pass it across to you because there was power shortage. My thoughts and my views cannot be spread to the whole world without electricity. Planes cannot fly. Automobiles cannot move. We cannot cook. This brings me to the definition of my key term, electricity. Electricity can be defined as the supply of electric charges to buildings, houses, and equipment in order to provide light, heat, and power our appliances. National transformation can be defined or refers to steady progressive strategies or steady progressive change of a nation for the better. Now, since man is at the center of transformation, I would like to surround this argument with the following points of mind: food, health, movement, cloth, shelter. In the area of food, you will all agree with me that it is almost impossible to directly eat some specific crops directly from the ground when you have cultivated them. They require a form of food processing because they are in their raw material state. My opponent here referred to education as the key. But our local farmers, majority of them are not educated. Now, when you get such crops directly from the field, what is the key that triggers the food processing of such crops or plants and make them readily consumable for you? Electricity. In terms of movement, electricity moves the world. And thereby making a very great scientist by the name of Isaac Newton in the second law of motion to state, and I quote, that unless acted upon by an external force, a body will continue to remain in a state of rest. S equals to UT plus half AT squared. Now, our automobiles cannot move without power. Our planes cannot move. You'll all agree with me that our automobiles require some form of transfer of electrical charges from the batteries to the ignition and the transmission system. This is electricity. This is the key to the movement of our automobiles. This is the key that triggers transformation. Shelter. Show me a building without electrical or wired connection, and I'll show you a functionless building. We all came here today for this debate based on the text messages we received and the information via the internet, computers, and our phones. What powers those equipments? What is the key that enables us to be informed? Electricity. I'd like to state, ladies and gentlemen, that education is a functionality of electricity. And then when you are sitting in that automobile that is already powered as a result of the electrical charges, tune your radio station to FM 95.1 and you get the lovely voice of one of our judges, Ms. Bumi. She will agree with me and all the crew in 95.1 that without electricity, most of the appliances that transmit information via the radio frequency channels cannot function effectively without electricity. Ladies and gentlemen, the importance of electricity as a key to national transformation cannot be overemphasized. Education is a functionality of electricity. Thank you.
Africa was the most progressive country, but then came education to Europe, and Europe overtook Africa. Egypt was the center of the world, but now Europe is Europe and America. America is occupied by people who migrated from Europe to America. I must tell you that because of education, there was transformation in Europe from one of the last world, not even third world countries or third world continents, to the topmost continent. I must tell you also that we're not talking about the key to food. You were speaking about cultivating of crops. We're not talking about the key to food, but the key to national transformation. That is what we are talking about here. And you spoke about electricity powering our cars. Let's not drive at night. It's at night that robbers use their lights to run away after robbing a building. Let's not drive at night. Let's drive in the day. Life has become a rush because of electricity. Electricity is not evil, but people have taken use of electricity to do evil, but not education. Thank you.
I heard my opponent talk of food not being important, and I remembered my final year when I was preparing for my final WAEC exams in secondary school. I came into class for night prayer to read, and this seatmate of mine was sleeping. I told him, Ade, why are you sleeping? He said, oh boy, leave me. Hungry, they catch me, I go take land. Now, you cannot learn if you don't eat, and that is what electricity provides. Now, without light, you cannot see. And if you cannot see, you cannot work. If you cannot work, how then can we talk of national transformation? You see, national transformation and electricity go hand in hand. Electricity, we live in a computerized age. In our present world of today, the air we breathe in is even filled with electrical charges. And so there is almost nothing you can do without electricity. My opponent, my audience, I hope I've been able to convince you beyond every reasonable doubt that electricity and not education is the key to national transformation. Thank you.
Okay, but this was fantastic. I mean, the points were great, the stats were great and all that. I think somebody wasn't very much in dishing out the points strategically, and the other person kept giving us points and all that. So, but we've had a very fantastic one, very heated one, very close one, and I'm privileged to be seated here listening to this great debate. Thank you.
My experience has been a very great. This is actually my first debate ever, third attempt. So it has been really wonderful for me having to prepare between, because everything just felt like that. Between 6 p.m. Sunday to 3 p.m. Monday for Monday's debate, 6 p.m. Monday to 3 p.m. Tuesday for Tuesday's debate, 6 p.m. from Wednesday to 3 p.m. Thursday for Thursday's debate. So that really kept me on edge and in a rush. I don't think I've had, okay, I've probably had it at exam time before, but not at this dimension.
But today Youngstars has given me that privilege to be on that platform, to see people watch me and listen to me. And I think it's the best thing. I've met new friends, inspiring youths, and learning all these topics within 1 week and debating. I have vast amount of knowledge now, and I can't be more grateful. Thank you.
I think it's a very good move because it's going to prepare them, for whatever it is. It's going to get them more informed about issues, around them. And I think it's just a way of preparing them for leadership, roles in the future.
And we have a grand prize winner, ladies and gentlemen. Can we give it up with a standing ovation for Mr. Patrick Olga? A standing ovation. Yes.
Good evening, Mr. Olga Patrick.
Yeah, good evening.
How do you feel?
Man, I'm so excited right now. I don't even know how to express my joy. Like, damn, I prayed for this opportunity for so long. And today, I still just can't believe, man, I'm the winner of this competition, man. I'm just so excited, and I give God all the glory. It's been a wonderful experience.
That's great. Yeah. That's great. How do you think this competition is going to impact on your life from now on?
Well, it's going to impact on my life immensely. This had been my biggest dream prior to this debate. I had always wanted an opportunity like this to come and watch people listen to me as I speak, and today I got that opportunity, and my God, I'm so excited, man. I believe this is the start and the beginning of the next best things in my life to come. So yeah, I'm very, very happy.
Thank you so much, Mr. Olga.
Yeah,
thank you. It has been this compelling from the first day until now. If you want to grab more about this event, just visit www.utvafrica.com, where you will see the finals and the preview of the quarterfinals rebuttals. Meanwhile, I urge Nigerians to use this as an opportunity to invest in young people. I am Tega Urubo, UTV Africa.
Wow! Thumbs up to Patrick Olga for emerging winner in the just concluded premiere edition of the Abuja Grassroots Youth Debate Season 1. Next, we bring you highlights of a one-day Northern Nigerian Youth Leadership Conference held within the halls of Valencia Hotel, convened by the United States Mission to Nigeria ahead of the U.S.-Nigeria Binational Commission meeting. This conference was held with the aim of providing an opportunity for youths from northern Nigeria to discuss key issues confronting Nigerian youth and propose recommendations and build consensus for a brighter future.
Therefore, we must go back and play their important role in society as young men and women of vision, as those who assist, to to lay the correct temperaments for political development.
The process of creating direction is basically having goals. The leader should be able to determine, have a vision, have a goal, have a direction, have a plan, be able to offer this plan and these goals to the people he's leading. Otherwise, he's just taking a walk.
There is what is called the law of attraction. What you hold on to, exactly, what you see and hold on to, you become, good or bad. I believe Nigeria is the best country to be in at this time. Oh yeah, I don't mind. I am an American citizen, I'm a Nigerian citizen. It is a privilege to have citizenship in both areas. I am a bridge between Nigeria and America. When I get with you at the top, seriously, and I don't take it like, now, yes, if our educational system did not or has not given us that kind of push, my friend, create it, you are not done.
Because it is the mark of civilization that where there's an injury, you seek for interest through institutions created, not self-help. Okay, a Muslim is killed in Gombe, so a Muslim, okay, the thinking is that a Christian killed a Muslim in Gombe, and you now go and kill a Christian in Kaduna. It's just sharp. And that's what we say, education, civic education, National Orientation Agency, where are you? Human Rights Commissioners, where are you? Federal Ministry of Information, where are you? All these poverty and evasion, institutions, where are you? Because when people are poor, don't forget, when people are denied education and they are also poor, they will not even understand the religion.
So it's very critical we build strong institutions that will support capacity building in the right platform and the right process that will produce leaders naturally. And one of the things that is actually missing is a system that gives us a succession plan through which we nurture leaders from school, young primary school age up till their graduation into their various professions. Because I believe that the center of gravity of any change in any society must come from within the society itself and not from government alone. But of course there has to be complementary responsibility between the leaders and the followership.
The leaders are not honest to us and they are not communicating, with the ICU or citizens like what is wrong with you. They don't even want you to come closer to them because they don't want you to know what is happening. So they always make you go down. When you come up with something, they'll just tell, when you go to them, they'll say, no, this is not right, this is what is right to them. So we are not having this power of communicating and they are not honest to us.
We have to get to a point where we get tired of being tired of the way this country is being run. And then take a decision to move this country towards the right direction. What I'm trying to say is that most of us tend to be dormant. We're not active followers, active followers. We tend to be passive. We enjoy the way things are, or rather, we don't even try to challenge the status quo. Instead, we vote the same people into power. When they come around, we're the same people that go and hail them and greet them. So what are we talking about here? We're part of the problem.
I would like to remind you that we have 11 American corners across the country of Nigeria. 5 of them are located in the north. We have the American corner here in Abuja. We have an American corner in Bauchi, American corner Maiduguri, American corner Jos, American corner Kano, and the one in Sokoto is currently closed, but we're looking, it's temporary closed. We're looking for someone to staff it full time. So those of you, how many of you have actually used the American corner? I've met some of you at the American corners. Okay, if you don't know what the American corners are, the American corners are small rooms or corners within an organization, oftentimes a university, or it can be an NGO or some other type of organization, a library. And they're small public libraries, what we would call public libraries in America, but small rooms where we, the U.S. Embassy, provide the information, the resources, the books, We provide magazines as well, in addition to access to the internet, all free of charge. In addition to that, we provide meeting space. So if you're looking for a space where you can have your meetings, brainstorm, invite others, invite speakers who will come and discuss some of these thoughts that you have come back with when you return to your respective cities. I invite you to explore the American Corners. We're willing to have you come in.
Youth Weekly, Euthanize in News.
We are part of the solution.
We bring you youth perspective on issues. Youths have a voice.
We have a story to tell.
Youth Weekly, Euthanize in News.
Fully engaged, educated, healthy and productive adolescents and youth can help break the cycle of poverty and strengthen their families, communities and nations. That was from the United Nations Populations Fund and is a food for thought for our teaming viewers out there as we conclude this week's edition of the celebration of the contribution of young people world over in this year's International Youth Day. Join the conversation on our Facebook platform, facebook.com/YouthTVAfrica, and follow us on Twitter @YouthTVAfrica. Well, until we come your way on this same station next week, from me, it's bye-bye and have a wonderful week.